welcome to the channel. I know that there are tons of other guitar channels that you could watch, or gear review channels, and I'm not really setting out to be a gear review channel or anything like that. I'm kind of starting this channel out of a necessity, just to share some things with music and what's going on, not only in my classroom. I'm a teacher, and I have a guitar club, but also just to kind of share some of my knowledge and to learn along with you guys. I'm going to make mistakes. I know that the videos are going to get better over time. The lighting will get better. So I ask that you just bear with me as we go on this journey together. So thank you. So for this week, we have an unboxing for you today. This video is sponsored by Pango Music, and they were gracious enough to send me this guitar, or this kit. And we're going to find out what it is here in just a moment. But we have a guitar club at school and where I teach. And we have been learning for the past year. We go in and we learn about guitars, but I thought what an awesome thing it would be to make a guitar and build a guitar, so they could maybe get some of those skills that they didn't know was beyond just playing. Maybe building, maybe woodworking, it may be just being a luthier. And that's something that's not taught in our schools. So outside of them just knowing what they want to do or figuring it out on their own, I thought it would be a great thing for us to learn together. Now, I don't know everything there is to know about building a guitar. I am a guitar player, and I work on a lot of my guitars, but I've only put together parts casters. And I know this is parts casters, but these are a little bit different. So, but I reached out to Pango Music, and they were gracious enough to send me a guitar. They said, sure, we'd love to be a part of what you're doing and learning in the schools. And so we're going to look at this guitar and point out some things, and we'll go through over a few video series of how to build the guitar, our process of building, and kind of see where we're going to go in the end. I know we'll make some mistakes, but you know what, it's okay. So I've already opened the guitar, or the box. Haven't looked at it, so we're going to pull this thing out together. All right. So nice box. It's very packed very well. Styrofoam on top and bottom. So we have some different things, and we'll kind of look at these here in just a moment. But we've got looks like our electronics and a back plate. And this one has a Bixby on it. All right, so let's look at the neck first, I guess. Let's pull this out. Well, tell you what, you can kind of see how it's boxed. We're going to get this and get rid of this box. Here is the body. And we'll go there. Let's move. Pick guard. That's very important. I don't see anything else. Let's move the body off the table here. And these things, just to let you know, these things take a while to ship because they build them to your order. And that's pretty nice. That they take a while to ship, but they are very informative about what's going on, how it's going to, what's working, when it's going to ship, and you get some, a bunch of confirmations. But let's take a couple of these things out. Let's go ahead. So we have the body here. Take that out. Yeah, very nice. Get all the styrofoam off. The body is cut really well. Very nice. I'm not really sure what the wood is, but it is good and solid. I'm trying to see if I can see how many pieces. It looks, can't see any of the seams. If this is a one piece or what? Surely it's not a one piece. With all the grain, I don't see any separations. Oh well. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments below. Don't see that. This is a neck through, so we will have to glue it to the neck. I do see a couple little spots there that we'll have to sand out. Now, a lot of people get these and they give these kit companies bad raps because they think that these things should just be come out ready to paint, do whatever you want to do with it, put it together, and that's it. You shouldn't have to do anything else. Well, this is not, $2,000–3,000 guitar. I have put together a kit, not really a kit, but a He's kind of a kit by another company that cost a lot of money. And we still had to do a lot of work to it. It was painted, the body was everything, but we still had to do a lot of work to get that guitar to where it needed to be. But, I mean, this is going to require some sanding. There's a couple little spots that I see right there, but they do require sanding. They're going to require grain fill depending on what you want to do. You're going to have to prep the body for paint and get it ready. We've got to glue the neck in. This is a set neck. But for the most part, the routing is great. I mean, there's a couple of little just spots that we'll take care of in sanding. You'll never be able to tell, but this is a great body. All right, so moving on, let's look at the neck. Get rid of that. The neck looks great. Frets look very level and good. It's smooth. I mean, it's very sanded already. I mean, we'll have to do some finishing sanding, but man, it is really good. I can run my fingers. I know Filming Night does the sock on the hand thing, but we're not going to do that. But I can feel some edges, which we'll take care of that. We can sand the edges, but all these are great for learning and for being able to do certain things with these. So it's a great tool. I know there's a little, it looks like that is rounded out for the pickup too, so that's pretty good. So let's do the big test where we put the neck in. It's a very tight fit. Oh yeah, nut looks good and cut. We'll have to figure out if that's cut well once we put the strings on. But that is good. It's good tight fit, not too tight. There's a little bit of play in it, but it looks like it rests easy on there. I don't see any gaps anywhere when I put the neck in. Well, like I said, this is a set neck, so this will be glued in. We'll fix any tightness. And there's a little bit of tightness right there. That is great. All right. So moving on, let's put this on the side. I don't want to damage it. Look at what we got. Like I said, this is a Bixby, so let's take a look at this. The Bixby system looks pretty good. I mean, it's not an actual Bixby, but, you know, never had a guitar with a Bixby on it, so we'll have to see how that works. Nice cable and some other things. There's the spring. Next, we'll look at all the electronics. Let's take a look and see what these electronics look like. They asked me, I actually was able to pick out this guitar. And they were like, sure, send them. Okay, these are some screws. And here's the pickups. I don't know how good these pickups are. You know what? Doesn't matter. If we can always do something that's easily changed. It looks like we got some full-size humbuckers to go in. Not sure which will be which. Let's see. Fit in perfectly. There. A little bit of play there. I don't want to force anything, so we can always sand that down. And I very well could that. Oh, you know what? I have that one in backwards. So don't want to force anything. We'll see once we get it going. But two humbucking pickups. Look like these are two conductors. And I haven't seen very many videos out on this particular guitar. On a Firebird. I've seen some V's and some people doing some other things like that, but I've got a back plate. Let's see how well that fits. That may take a little sanding. Yeah, well, we can sand that down. That's not a big deal. We can sand this down just a little bit. It fits, but a little tight. All right. So then we have the truss rod cover there. Keep these black parts. Let's put these over here so we can see. Do notice a little, or I'm almost cut myself on it, but that's good. Oh, tuners. Screws for the tuners. It's all of our volume knobs. And it looks like one of the volume knobs is broke, so that must have got broken shipping, which is not a big deal. We can fix those when it comes down to it. And our bushings here for that. Looks like some strings, some strap buttons. That'll be good for testing everything out. All of our controls, and we'll look at those in just a second. If we can get these open here. You know what this is. We got our bushings for our Tune-O-Matic bridge. Okay, so right there, these will go here. Very good. And then we have our wiring harness, which is awesome because it is already pre-wired. I stink at wiring, all except for the toggle switch, which it looks like it's quite bent up, so we'll see. And I'll see how good these parts are. I may go ahead and swap some of them out, put a different wiring harness in it, but you know what, everything is included, and we'll see. We're going to try to make this guitar as good as it can be, and we'll look at these. But there you have it. There is the Pango Music Firebird, and I can't wait to get started. We're going to do some next video. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to grain fill this and get it prepped. I'm going to do some sanding and stuff here, stuff that's tedious, and that I know that if I give students that especially with them being novices, it's going to be a little bit hard. So mainly our focus is going to be on, our plan is to dye it, but we've got to sand some things down. We've got to grain fill, get it prepped, ready for stain, and then we'll get it put together. So we will probably go as far as the neck, gluing the neck and getting it all sanded before we take it and bring it into the class. But we'll also do a unboxing in our class. So I thank you for watching and bearing with me as we go through this process together, and hopefully we'll learn some things. And if you have some comments or some ideas, please comment below.